Let's get started with a quick take on Empower Field at Mile High, the new name of the Bronco Stadium. Patty Cahoon from Westward. Empower, the latest company to go ahead and not worry about the jinx that they're going to be defunct and out of business in 5 or 6 years from now. This came out of nowhere for me, but you're doing much better. Your finger on the pulse, what's going on in Denver. Was this a surprise to you?
Well, it probably took the Broncos a couple of years to scrape together the cash they'd need to pay anyone to take the name of the field, given the record of the previous sponsors and also how the team has been playing out. We lost Invesco. That worked out really well for them, and we see how well Sports Authority worked out. So we can only hope that Empower will help all the team with their unique services, which are retirement services. At least people will be prepared for life after the Broncos.
I saw a funny tweet about that saying, my retirement's with Empower. Now what do I need to do? Yeah, so who knows what goes from here. David Kopel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School. David, I didn't get all the different numbers, but I did remember hearing something that if they are there the entire term, that they'll pay, I think, something like $50 million that goes towards the upkeep of the stadium. But then they slipped in a little thing of saying, oh, and by the way, the stadium might need over $200 million worth of work. Are you sensing the taxpayers eventually getting screwed in this one?
Well, yeah, and of course we should name the stadium after the people who paid for it. So we should call it taxpayer-funded corporate welfare for multimillionaires stadium.
At Mile High.
Yeah, at Mile High. And of course, it's now well established that whatever corporate logo you slap on it, people still call it Mile High, as they should. And as Patty said, it's a perilous thing for a company to do. You know, it's like, oh, I just got a job as a keyboardist for the Grateful Dead. Oh, it's fine, that's very prestigious, but nobody's going to sell you life insurance anymore. Or, you know, it's like being the drummer in Spinal Tap. So we'll see if how long that name is on the stadium.
Folks, you know you're in for a good show. We're 3 minutes in. We've already mentioned Spinal Tap and Grateful Dead. It's going to be an awesome one. Eric Sonderman, political analyst. I don't know about naming rights anymore. Clearly it's a big deal. Someone signed up for millions of dollars, but do they have the same panache as they used to?
Well, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. I mean, I guarantee you most of our viewers and no one around the table had heard of Empower before a few days ago when this press release goes out. We have Coors Field, well-known brand, Pepsi Center, very well-known brand. Empower doesn't, quite live up to it. The Broncos are going to need all the power they can get this year. I think they're probably in for tough sledding, so maybe they will feel more empowered, but I don't know how long this one lasts.
Natasha Gardner, articles editor 5280. One of the most distressing tweets I saw was the fact that the Empower logo looks like about half of the New England Patriots logo. So there's a little too close of an association there, at least for I think most Bronco fans' taste. What do you take away from this new announcement?
Well, and I saw that as well. And once you see it, it's hard to unsee it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this is interesting because it's almost a perennial topic at this point. And in case anyone has missed the memo, Bronco season is starting again. So make sure you check your calendars before you start driving on a Sunday. Make sure you know what's happening. So the season starts on Monday. We'll see how things go. Certainly should be a tumultuous year. But I think that anyone who's concerned about the name should just remember football is a business. It is a big business. And they're going to make as much money off of this as they can. So in some ways, Bronco fans should just be thankful that it's not on the front of the jersey yet as it is in other sports.
That's a good point. I think you're prognosticating the doom there appropriately. That's a good point.